Hello there, this is Reece Russell, and you're watching the weekly Steelchair.
Come on! You know Reece has got you! Yeah! One! Break the steel chair down! Break down the steel chair! For those about to love! I'm what you want! Baby, you know you're Judas and I'm your Christ! Baby, what I got is not from the left! Bring it from the stage in the rage of the bass! Step in the arena and break the chairs down! Step in the arena and break the chairs down! Now you know! Coming on down! It's like Reece, you know I got you! So now you know! So I'm awakened from a deep sleep. You're all weak. You're living in the agony of defeat. I am the master of your whole head. I am the pastor flagellation. Step into the town and break the walls down. Your heartbeat is the only sound. Step into the light and then you'll know you were stopped and dropped by the walls of the steel chair. Now you know. Coming on down. It's like Reece, step away a day. So now you know. So real. Yeah. Reece. Yeah. Reece.
I usually take Thursdays off, but I had to change it tonight. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly Steelchair, where it's me on my own. And I'm here to deal with it all, suffer all, and try to avoid confusion because my brain is fried. But I am here. If anything, I am probably the one person that had to show up. If I didn't show up for this, then what am I? Who am I? I had to be here. Oh, God almighty. I had to be here for this one tonight because Jesus Christ. Of course, if you are new to this channel, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. If you are part of the channel, of course, long-term existing viewer, of course, there's a membership program. Feel free to check that out if you wish. It's not a demand, it's an option. But what isn't an option tonight is kindness. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, unfortunately, in the world of professional wrestling, everybody has a company that they associate strongly with themselves. Everyone has a... Like, people love certain things that matter to them, right? You know? Like, they have promotions that they enjoy, that they watch, that they're like, yeah, this is for me, right? And the one I'm talking about tonight is the one I've watched since day one. And I've seen highs and lows, right? I've seen the best of it and I've seen the worst of it. But I've never really thought I'm going to have to walk away from it. Like, it takes a lot for someone to say, I have to walk away from something. But before I do that, we have to really break this down. We have to really discuss things. We have to evaluate. We have to review. But most importantly, we have to tell the truth. So, I think the obvious thing is, where do we begin? And I think the only way we begin is by talking about where all this built-up emotion is coming from. If you haven't seen the news today, you will know what has happened in the last, say, 72 hours. If you're in the wrestling fandom, of course, the wrestling bubble, if you've seen what's happened in the last 72 hours, even the last week, you'll know what's happened. You'll know that the hemisphere of wrestling has completely shifted. Now, you know this shit's serious when I'm on a Thursday night. Because I stopped doing Thursday night streams. I stopped them. I didn't want to do them anymore. I thought, you know what? I'm allowed a day off. I run this channel. I own this channel. Go on, Reece, take a day off. Take a break. You're allowed. I wouldn't need to take a break if this hadn't happened. But I have to. Because who else is going to do this? Body Slam Net? No, they're corrupt. And if you think I'm joking, go and look on social media. You know, that thing that people use to be delivering dicks on. Go and look. They're not calling this shit out. It's baffling to me. We're at a place right now where it used to always be stand up for the talent, not the promoter. Now it's stand up for the promoter against the talent. What? But why? Why? Like, I'm trying to be very fair here, not to be angry. Like, I'm trying. I've already had to do a lot of apologies today. I'm not going to apologize for this. I'm not going to apologize for this. And if you think you're going to get one out of me, leave. Because it's not happening. You can say my opinions are wrong. You can come at me in a chat and tell me to take my medication. You can try and blame things on parts of your personality. No, like, that's not what this is. If I don't do this show, who does? Like, I'm asking that as a truthful question. If I don't do this show, who does? I'm not doing it for my own personal amusement. Like, I'm outraged. But I'm doing everything I can not to show it. And thank you to our latest subscriber. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Exactly. It's been a long day. We're not holding back. I'm gonna hold my words. Right? I'm not here to offend my audience. I'm here to offend the people that actually deserve it tonight. So please, please, hello Tammy, good to see you. Someone please clip the next 5 minutes and send this to Carlos Silva. Just to prove a point, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you a free bracket. Watch this. Off, off, off. I want someone to clip the next 5 minutes and send this to him. Because he needs to hear this. Before we really break this whole shit down, I want him to hear this. I've been a TNA fan since June 2002. I have watched since start of the whole fucking thing. Weekly pay-per-views. I have watched since day one. I lived the shit when it nearly went out of business like that. I was there when it went on to Spike, when they got the 1 hour shows. I was there when they went to HD and 2 hours in Vegas. I watched all of that. I watched when they brought in that virus Hulk Hogan and that disease Eric Bischoff. I saw all of that. I stopped watching. I didn't stop. I carried on. I hated most of it, but I still watched because I'm a fan. I was there when TNA got cancelled on Spike and went to Destination America. Then they went to Pop. Then they went back to the website. All of that. I still didn't stop watching. Because that's not what a fake fan does. A real fan watches even through the highs and the lows. I was at a show where I got to meet some of those great talents several years ago and I enjoyed every single minute of it. I got to meet the guy who tried to save the fucking company that these bastards kicked out. They got rid of him because all he did was say, I love this company too much. I've been here since day one. I want to own it. And he got booted out for it. Which, by the way, is when TNA Creative officially died, if we're being really honest. When Scott D'Amore got kicked out of TNA, that's when TNA died. Yes, the show might be on right now on AMC, but this is not TNA. You can rename the letter from Total Nonstop Action to Total Go to Hell. Hello, Noel. Welcome. Hope you're well. You block talent from appearing on indie shows because they've got to work another competitor's talent. Carlos Silva, I've never flown to America. Have you ever been to WrestleCon? They do it all the time. They go to WrestleCon and they actually compete against other promotional talents. And you don't want it to happen? Like, Jesus Christ, Creative Pro Wrestling is ran by a TNA talent. It's ran by Brian Myers. Do you think he was going to deliberately have Nick Nemeth lose to MJF and get humiliated? No. MJF would probably sneak a win over Nick Nemeth. Because guess what? It's an indie show. It's not gonna disgrace Nick Nemeth as a TNA wrestler. It's not gonna disrespect MJF as an AEW World Champion. It's not gonna disrespect Brian Myers for running an indie promotion. Like, why are we all of a sudden banishing talent from appearing on shows? They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna hurt you. They're not gonna steal money. Which, by the way, you just stole money from Brian Myers, a paid employee. Brian Myers, take that fucker to court. But yet, hold on, let's go back a bit. But if it was Nick Nemeth versus Chad Gable, you would definitely allow that to happen on Creative Pro Wrestling. If it was Nick Nemeth versus Trick Williams on Creative Pro Wrestling, oh, we've got to have that. We've got to have that, don't we? Leon Slater versus Ricochet has been cancelled. That has been cancelled as well. I'm glad you brought that one up as well, because I was getting to that. The same Leon Slater that conveniently had visa issues but appeared on a SmackDown. Because they're building up to stealing him from TNA, but no, Carlos Silva. We can't have talent going anywhere but the WWE. Carlos Silva, just admit that you hate professional wrestling and that you hate talent opportunity. You are the type of person that Jesse the Body Ventura was trying to protect the business from in the 1980s. You are the type of person that would pillage a company, deep root all its good talent, and bring in shit from NXT. Oh, if you're an NXT fan, I meant that. I meant that. Leon Slater is literally a month and a quarter away from breaking the all-time record as X Division champion. The minute he loses that title, Carlos Silva's going to go, right, Moose, you're a useless bastard, but I'm going to put the title back on you. Leon Slater, there's the WWE door. Like, I actually hate Carlos Silva. I hate Anthem. And I hate them because they've actually brainwashed people into believing that it's allowed. Why would you stop a talent from going on a show? Like, what do you actually think is going to happen? Tony Khan is not going to offer Nick Nemeth a contract on that show. He's going to watch it and go, fuck, this is good. I actually hope Nick Nemeth leaves TNA now and goes to AEW, by the way. I actually hope he does. See Danny Luna, offer her a contract right now, because she's another one that got disgraced. And MJF, yeah, good for him. MJF, absolutely spot on. Anyone that supports TNA and fuck Carlos Silva for what he's done, to hell with you. To hell with you. And we've seen the stooge. We've seen the paid shill on Twitter. Sorry, X. He is absolutely brainwashed. And I hope that finds him as well. He needs saved. Mustafa Ali, Nick Nemeth, I hope you beg for your release. I beg for you to go and ask for your release from TNA and walk into AEW. I'm actually begging for it now. Get an AEW contract, or hell, I'd love to see Nick Nemeth go and win the CMLL world title as well, so he can claim he's held both Mexican championships. Do that in a dual contract with AEW. I'll be happy. I'll be smooth sailing. Mustafa Ali, walk in and win the title straight away and go, I should have been TNA World Champion, but you know what? Fuck that. Danny Luna should have been the Knockouts Champion. Come and win the AEW Women's Championship. At least you'll know where your worth is. Win the red belt in Stardom. Go to CMLL and win their Women's Championship, because I guarantee they'll actually treat her for what she's worth. Danny Luna is in the top 5, maybe even the top 10 of women's professional wrestlers. And she was made to job to Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace, are you fucking kidding me? And Carlos Silva, you act so much like Triple H every single bloody day. You're a bloody joke, mate. You may as well have a t-shirt saying, I'm Triple H's bitch. I've been a fan of this company for well over 20 years. 20 years. I've watched New Japan for that long. I have watched classics, reruns of WCW Nitro. Not Thunder. Thunder only had one good episode, and that was the first one. I love to go back and rewatch classic NWA. I like to go and watch CMLL. Triple A, not so much now. Old WWF until maybe 2003 WWE. Yeah, that was great. Some of the stuff from 2007. TNA from 02 to 09. Chef's kiss. And I watch AEW. I love Stardom right now. Stardom, honestly, right now is in a top 3 promotion alongside Noah. You know what's the worst promotion in wrestling? It's TNA. It's TNA. And I've seen people today defending Carlos Silva, saying, oh, it's nice to see Carlos Silva protecting his assets. Your champions are from NXT. You haven't got assets. You are the borrowed time asset. And this is the last thing I'm going to say before we dive into the rest of the show. You betrayed your fan base. Not the clowns that are on social media right now defending you. You insulted the fan base that in 2009 were getting harassed on fan forums by WWE fans. The same fans that walked away in 2010 when you got rid of the 6-sided ring. The same fans that you fucked off when you got rid of Scott D'Amore. A wrestling company can live and breathe and die, but a fan is forever. But when you insult that fan too much, that fan walks. There's an important lesson to every promoter. Every promoter. Fuck you, Carlos Silva. Fuck you. Now, where were we? Back to business. Zen mode. Hello, everyone. Oh yeah, I would honestly celebrate. I would genuinely celebrate. Danny Luna on that Stardom AEW contract, like others have, would be good. I really hope she gets that dual contract. It would be so good. Let her go and do like the the Grand, like the the Cinderella tournament and the Grand Prix in Stardom. I would absolutely love it. Yeah, Gail Kim was right. You know what's even worse is Moose attacked a genuine TNA fan for calling out saying that talent need to be paid for all these events they're being forced to not appear on. And Moose got offended by it. He got offended. He attacked the fan. Why would you attack a fan who's actually defending your colleagues? That doesn't make any sense. I'll say this now: Maple Leaf Wrestling is doing better than TNA. Good on Scott for gambling himself. I agree. Like, have you seen the match that's just been announced for next Friday for Multiverse? Hechicero versus Jonathan Gresham has just been announced for the CMLL World Championship next Friday night. Chef's kiss. A ton of people need to start calling him out and put pressure on him, but they won't do that. No, they won't. They won't. And I'd love to know why. Like, why are they so afraid to call this out? Like, you're not going to lose anything. If anything, I've said it since day one on this channel. I have genuinely said this since day one, that holding a company accountable for crave booking or not stopping after a dangerous spot is not hating. It simply proves that you are a genuine fan. There is no bloody shame in holding them accountable and calling them out. So just do it. What's up, Tina? How are you doing? I wouldn't say the red strap, but the white strap, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, that's fair. Again, that's completely understandable. I wouldn't mind that myself. We're already flying on views tonight. I'm quite surprised. But that's not even what I'm after. Tonight, I'm just after saving this problem. Oh. Right. So, guys in the chat, if you guys have been paying attention, you guys know where we're going, I'll let you guys decide where we start. I'll let you guys start. Throw in the chat where you want to start. Let's hear it. That's honestly, and people have come at me before saying how I am towards WWE. If you actually go back and look on every single stream I have done on this channel, I have never attacked WWE the way I've just attacked TNA. Let that sink in. I have never attacked WWE the way that I've just attacked TNA. Like that. Think about how that makes me feel. I would bring back the Stardom SWA World Title, not the EFED one. I like what you did there. Danny Luna bringing that title overseas like Jamie, Tony Tech. I would love that. That would absolutely be brilliant. Let's see, just so everyone can see exactly what this means, because this is a great... for anyone who doesn't understand what this means, I'm going to show you, because this is a great comment. And for that, it's horrible what you're going through, but the reason why I'm showing this is because you're the type of person that I care about, Tina. And I'm sorry you're having a bad day, but the reason why I'm showing it is because everybody stands up for each other the right way. And I stand up for you and I support you. And I am absolutely sorry this is what you're going through again at this time. Not just for yourself, but your family. I am sorry. You have every right to call out. You're damn fucking right. And this here, what a comment. So the inspiration could go win the TGPW tag titles, but Leon Slater, Dolph Ziggler can't go wrestle Ricochet and MJF. Let us sink in. Remember, the inspiration are no longer a TNA tag team. I think that's why they left TNA. Because they knew they wouldn't get those opportunities. See, for all the people that hate Tony Khan, and there are people that genuinely does hate Tony Khan, and fair enough. See, for anyone that genuinely hates Tony Khan, just remember that Tony Khan actually lets talent work a schedule that protects their bodies in terms of time and recovery and rest. He lets talents go and work in their own country and have fun being booked. He lets them go on as many indie shows as they want. He lets AEW wrestlers go and compete at the Tokyo Dome. And he brings over those talents to work on an AEW pay-per-view. But he's apparently the villain in professional wrestling. He's probably the most naive human being in professional wrestling. But he's probably the kindest of them all when it comes to actually caring about talent and caring about profession. He doesn't overly release people. He doesn't underpay them when the economy went to fuck back in 2020. He doesn't have a mass exodus every April to June. But yet he's the villain. Make that make sense? That's a beautiful comment, Tammy. That's a beautiful comment, that. I'm just who I am and who I was born to be. And that's official. I don't do things for the sake of it. Like, I can't function like that. I can't operate like that. This is traveling too fast that I have to catch up. Or this is moving too fast that this has to catch up. I can't be any other way. I register how I am. It's hard for me to do this. But I have passion. I love this. The fact that I went so much in on one company. I've went in on it with heart, with passion. Because I'm one of the few fans left that actually fucking cares. If you're being really honest, I am officially at that stage now where I've said it before that WWE doesn't cater to me anymore. TNA is the same. And I really don't even know how to process that. I don't know how to process that. Does that make sense? Like, tonight is the hardest show I'm ever going to have to do. And we're almost nearly 35 minutes into the show, by the way. Like, that's how fast this day's went of this show already. We are literally about to hit 35 minutes. The part that disgusts me the most. Abel, it's good to see you. I wonder what Josiah is saying. Twitter DMs. Okay, now I need to see what you've done. What have you done? Through the highs and the lows. Wow. I didn't expect you to clip the full 10 minutes, mate. Fuck. Damn. Your care for TNA is the care I have when Stardom's owner made mad. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, they're still happening. It's disgusting. Kenny's still cutting his promo right now. Lol. Make sure y'all share that wall. Make sure everyone who needs to see that sees it. You know what the reality is? People can think what they want. People can have their opinions. But at the end of the day, prove me wrong. And I tell you what. Right? And this is the reality of it, right? I guarantee you. I absolutely guarantee you, right? I am going to get insults. I am going to get called names under the sun. I'm going to have people coming after my channel, all that shit, right? But you know what the funny thing is? And this is the part that is genuinely funny. They're all going to come back and say, oh, but TNA's getting like 300,000 views on AMC. Like they're getting like their ratings are going up every week. And they'll say, but he's coming off passionate like an AEW fan, but their ratings are going down. All right, fair point. At least one company didn't sell themselves out to another company because they think that's what matters. That's not what matters. Like all the people, another thing this week is people are begging New Japan to bring Pyro to Korakuen Hall. Or CMLL have to be a little bit more like triple that under the WWE banner because they need to improve their character work. Here's a fact, because people love facts. Here's a fact. CMLL has sold out Arena Mexico every single fucking week for a very long time now. I think they actually outsold WWE last year. They outsold WWE on ticket sales last year. And the year before. But they need to be like any company associated to WWE. Why does every company have to be associated to that? Where's your identity? TNA, you had the best identity in wrestling. Not AEW, not WWE, not WCW, not New Japan, not Ring of Honor. Although, to be fair, you can arguably say similarities clash. Pro Wrestling Noah, Stardom. TNA genuinely had the absolute best wrestling identity between, and I'm going to tell you, 2004 to 2009. The best wrestling identity. And if you want to see why, go and watch. Absolutely. I will gladly elaborate that. I will absolutely elaborate that. What I mean is TNA in that period of time, 04 to 09, catered to tag team wrestling fans. It catered to the fans of the high-flying enjoyment. It catered to big heavyweight wrestlers actually being treated like heavyweights. It was being treated as continental meets international. It actually presented opportunity for talent to actually go and work and come back and still continue to grow. The only company in that period of time that actually matches it is Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor in the early 2000s, you could arguably say, was carbon copy. And it's not Ring of Honor copying TNA. TNA copied Ring of Honor. They copied them in 04 onwards. The difference is they blended perfectly. They blended in that perfect way. It was synergy. Right now, TNA caters to WWE and NXT fans. Doesn't cater to TNA fans. And even if you're a TNA fan, who are you enjoying? Because the only talent in TNA, in my opinion, that are worth enjoying is Leon Slater for the next X amount of months, Mustafa Ali, and Nick Nemeth. Now, Ricky Sosa is awesome. Ain't gonna matter soon. Ain't gonna matter. They don't care to them. And yet, Temple, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. Now, why do I say that WWE doesn't cater to me anymore? Because the characters, the wrestling talent, the promotion itself doesn't work for me. But guess what? That's okay. TNA doesn't cater to me anymore. Guess what? That's okay. I don't have to talk about them after this show. I don't have to. For the longest time, they're going on a break. And not like the Ross and Rachel break. This will be a genuine break. I just wish people would understand. I've been trying to warn people. I've been trying to warn people for so long how bad this partnership actually is. Sorry, partnership. Like, I don't think people realize that they've really ruined the identity. It doesn't exist. And Carlos Silva already proved he did not care. But the minute he said, my goal is to get young talent to WWE. I'm sorry, right? But if I'm the owner of TNA, what do you think I'm going to say to a young talent? Like, if I say I am the owner of TNA, what do you think I'm going to say to you? Well, have a guess. What do you think I'm going to say? Maria, great question. I'll come to that in a minute. But I'm being genuinely serious right now. If I was the owner of TNA, what do you think I would say? No, I can say something, Maria. I can. Carlos Silva, his own words in an interview, he literally said, "My goal is to get young talent from here to WWE." Yeah, WWE is not always the be all and end all. You know what I would say to a talent? I brought you to TNA because I believe you're going to be the best of this company, and nowhere else is going to realize that except here. You are a foundation. You're an important part of this organization. We want you here. We will do absolutely everything to keep you here, and we will make sure you have the best place to learn and work. Not, golly gee, see if you work here for 6 months, we'll slip you a chance into NXT so you can get an audition just to lose to Joe Hendry. No. I am turned around. I'm looking at amazing independent talents. I am looking at young independent talents that are coming in, they want to work, or even veterans that want to come in, and I'm going, look, WWE, AEW, New Japan, they're options. Guess what? This is what we want. This is what we want from you, and whatever you want from us, we will do our best to give you it. Because we do not want you going there. You should not be aiming for a talent to leave your company unless they feel they've accomplished everything that needs to be accomplished. I've just debunked Carlos Silva in 90 seconds? 90 seconds to 2 minutes? Why do you think Scott D'Amore wasn't allowed to stay in TNA? Look how quick it was for MLP to get a TV deal than TNA. And remember, I'm meant to be the TNA fan here. Oh wait, I am. I'm just the one with the TNA fan that's got some fucking guts. I would say, yeah, develop your first. I agree with that. I have to respect MJF for what he said about TNA, not focus on homegrown talents. Spot on. Nikki, good to see you. All companies need to push their young kids. Yeah, absolutely. I like the use of a veteran. I do. I'm all for the veterans as long as they're used properly. But young talent, absolutely. Absolutely. Young talent. You build it around young talent in the best way. I'd be telling them I'm going to build a roster. That was exactly what AJ Styles was told day one. AJ Styles was told on day one, you are the foundation of this company. And it proved it. People hate Ricochet, but he picked Leon Slater for a reason. TNA cancelled the match. Like, why? Because he works for AEW. What a load of shit. Yeah, because he works for AEW. You know what's absolutely funny? You know what's absolutely funny and true? Leon Slater would have beat Ricochet at that show. Sorry, I said bad words. Hold on, let me turn round. I need to go on timeout. Hold on. Oh, Reece said a bad word. Reece said Leon Slater would beat Ricochet. Because he actually would have. You know why? Because Ricochet would have put him over. How hard is that? How hard is that? And if you think I'm joking, by the way, I dare anybody to ask Ricochet. I dare anybody to ask Ricochet. I absolutely guarantee you Ricochet would say that. I absolutely 100% guarantee that Ricochet would have put over Leon Slater. I absolutely guarantee it. Like I'm genuinely, and I'm not trolling. He would have done. You know why? Because I guarantee down the future they'd have a rematch and Leon Slater would return the favor. Oh, I've said another bad word. Oh shit. Oh shit. I think someone needs to take over before I say more bad words. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is Carlos Silva worse than Dixie Carter? Dixie Carter was an absolute stupid melon. But yes, Silva's worse. Because at least Dixie Carter never said those words. Dreamer being there is a disgrace along with Carlos and the other guy, Delirious, and being part of a company is still... Yeah. You know what's even funnier? Is they brought in someone that knows nothing about TNA to be an agent for the Knockouts division. Candice Michelle in 2006 was awesome. But she knows nothing about TNA. Like, genuinely. She knows nothing. Her era was... She didn't get to wrestle a proper match until she wrestled against fucking Beth Phoenix. Make that make sense. He has no foresight, no sense of future proofing. Yep. Exactly. Spot on. That's a good way to put it. That is true. She is T and A. Reece said the bad word. You just made the list. Just because you're the bigger star doesn't mean that you would have won. Ricochet would put 100% put over a young talent like Slater, like any veteran. Exactly. Jericho absolutely did put over Action Andretti. He absolutely did. Yep, she is. She's a producer for the Knockouts. I've got nothing against Candice Michelle before anybody thinks I do. I have nothing against Candice Michelle. But this makes no sense. Like, she makes more sense right now in the WWE. Because that's what she knows. That's not an insult. Like, that's not an insult to her at all. But here's another fact. WWE has no general identity when it comes to their talent, right? Now, what I mean by that is they don't trust their own individual agents and creative team that, if you actually look at it, Nick Aldis, Jeremy Borash, Abyss, Bobby Roode, Petey Williams, oh yeah, the bald guy that's the GM of Raw, Adam Pearce. What do they all have in common? Oh wait, what do they all have in common? Well, that part is now unfortunately true, but what do they genuinely have in common? They're all bald. No, I'm being genuinely serious. Come on. I'm being genuinely serious right now. Every name I've just mentioned, what do they all have in common on a creative level? I don't think anyone's going to get the point I'm trying to think, so I'm going to just put it right here on a banner. In fact, here's another final clue. AJ Styles. No, just again, you've not got it. Just let that sink in. They are all ex-TNA talent. Let that sink in. And yet, imagine how much better they would be if they were working in the same roles in TNA. That's not owned by Carlos the Cuck Silva. That should be his wrestling name. Exactly what I said, Tammy. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Abyss, Bobby Roode, Jeremy Borash, AJ Styles, Petey Williams, Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce. They are all ex-TNA talents. You know who else still works for them? Rockstar Spud. In the same type of role. Ooh. That's 8. Imagine that. Imagine how shit your own company is that you had to bring in talent that you deliberately refused to put over in the best way. Just to turn them into producers and agents. Especially Bobby Roode. Especially Bobby Roode. The absolute best of the lot in terms of a producer is Bobby Roode, who had the best heel gimmick in 2012. And then WWE turned him into the Glorious. I did. I did. Like, did you not see it? No, I said this. Specifically. Long before anyone even put it in the chat. It's not that they're going for a reset, dude. It's not that they're going for a reset. They're going to lose their entire identity. Like, the TNA I grew up watching, and to be fair, even as an adult, still love to go back and watch. That is in terms of being a professional wrestling fan, 2004 to 2009 is the best 5 years I had as a child watching wrestling. The best. 7 years old, because again, 2002 2003 TNA is actually not that bad. It's still fun. But 2004 to 2009 is one of the best periods of professional wrestling I've ever seen. And there was some manic stuff in there that really shouldn't have let out and should never have happened. It was still great to watch. It was still great to watch. Whereas the TNA we have now isn't going to be TNA. They're already gone. They'll stay on AMC. It should be ABC equals 1, 2, 3 at this rate. But they are officially gone. Now, their ratings can keep getting bigger. Cool. Keep getting bigger. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. They may well lose a lot of that identity. Honestly, the only way as an outsider I see them getting back is with the old six-sided ring and offering more X Division matches. They can't bring that six-sided ring back purely because of how dangerous it is on the body. Now, if they use the six-sided ring that CMLL uses, then they would still be able to do the six-sided ring. Again, a decision I'll never forgive Hulk Hogan for. I mean, Jordan Grace, absolutely. Josh Alexander. Well, to be fair, he was the only TNA talent that was never used in a WWE show involving, like TNA show involving TNA talent, which is wild. Yes, and it was like harder service. Also, they never made it suitable to the arenas where they had enough room to move around on the outside, like the high flyers. So, I'm going to give you an example of how it was more dangerous, right? Where is it? If you want to see how bad I want you to go and watch something. Actually, you know what? I'll get it on YouTube and I'll get the exact period of time so you can see it. Let me get it for you, alright? Eve Women's Wrestling Countdown shows tomorrow. Nice. Sudden Death 16, 7:15. I like it, but I'll be on a driving lesson. 15 minutes into that show, at least. This one here. One moment.
You know Reece has got you.
It's not that one. Where is it? That's it. This one here. It is. Watch this. Just watch this for literally 5 seconds. And you'll realize the problem with this, with the ring. You'll see it in like 5 seconds. You have to completely change the entire layout of the arenas they do to do a 6-sided ring. They brought it back temporarily in the Manhattan Center. Then they got rid of it again, which is just really stupid. Because there was no need. One move changed it all. It's not about the rows with the problem. The problem is that top rope belly to belly suplex. That move nearly broke AJ in half, physically. Like, he was in a lot of pain from that. It's underneath the mat, which is dangerous. It does not fit at all. But, yes, we are 1 hour and 9 minutes in. Which is, wow. I did not expect that. Really did not expect that. So. No Pepsi. To prove a point, it's staying on my windowsill. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. The worst thing is, as well, is about what I'm saying. And this is the sad thing that I believe. For everything I've said, I don't think anybody's really going to care. There, I said it. I actually said it. I don't think anyone's really going to care. Like, and I say that because they're not going to care about me. That doesn't bother me. They're not going to care because they'll give up. The fight's over. You know? But it should be. If that makes sense. Yeah, all they care about is ratings. Exactly. Do you think it's... Wait, do you not see the irony that the one person that should care is the person... One person that should genuinely care about the issues with TNA is, funnily enough, the same person you tagged in my tweet. Well, you tagged in that tweet about me. Like, the irony of that. But no, he just does his tweets like a paid shill. Oh, MJF, you should be too busy focusing on your AEW Dynasty match. Meanwhile, speaking of TNA, watch Impact tonight and watch Rebellion. He is. I would love for people to watch TNA properly. But this isn't TNA. Wow. But the end game of bad booking. Now, all companies have bad booking, all right? It's true. All companies have bad booking. But the sad thing is that there's no such thing as a LOL WWE. There's no such thing as a LOL AEW. There's no such thing as a LOL New Japan. There's no such thing as a LOL Noah. There's no such thing as a LOL Stardom. There's no such thing as a LOL CMLL. There's no such thing as a LOL AAA. There should be a LOL NWA for snorting cocaine on TV and costing yourself a deal on the CW network. There isn't such a thing as LOL Rev Pro, LOL Progress, LOL Eve, LOL TNT Extreme, LOL House of Glory, LOL GCW, LOL GCW, LOL MLW, LOL MLP. There is one does exist. Gadoisms, yeah. Yeah. But there is one. There is one that exists to the masses, and it's absolutely painful. And I hate the phrase. I hate it because it really represents 2 steps forward, a lifetime amount of steps back. I hate the phrase on screen. I hate the phrase LOL TNA. I hate it. I hate it because of what it represents. It represents, for all the good things that TNA does, next thing you know, they're making a lot of shit happen. And a lot of shit that isn't good, isn't fun, doesn't represent the organization. LOL TNA, funnily enough, is exactly what was said earlier on by Tammy. Where is it? This is LOL TNA. Having Santino Marella's daughter as the Knockouts champion who can't wrestle or cut a promo. and having her boyfriend, who's going to be his son-in-law, win the international championship. Look, he's no longer that champion, but he still won it. He still won it. That's not good enough. You had a company that had this man get over naturally to the point that you completely burnt him out on the WWE scene. By the way, he got over authentically, this guy. And it goes something like this. Now, I didn't play that to wind up tempo, by the way. Like, I never played that to wind up tempo. I played that to prove a point. He literally got over himself by doing that. Now, he was an asshole to someone I work with, by the way. But he still got over authentically. So, naturally, if someone gets over, what do you do with someone who naturally gets over? What do you do? If a talent gets over in your company, they get over very importantly, what happens? Feed them to the house of torture. No, you push them. If they get over naturally and they work hard, you push them. Because they've worked for it. But then you force it down their you force that person down people's throats. You then kill that person's push, that buzz they had. You lose everything that talent's produced and created for themselves. That talent's now worthless. Said talent got jobbed out at WrestleMania whilst being the TNA World Champion. Just remember that. The same person who dropped his title to Trick Williams. The same person who continuously wanted to go to WWE when he was the TNA World Champion, which is just insulting in my opinion anyway. Like, these are LOL TNA moments. And I hate that because it should have been, no, we want to build ourselves again. We want to continue to grow. We want to continue shining. We've got talent we believe in. And we want to take them far and see where they go. But then you just ruin them. And it's not only are you ruining them, but you're not giving consistent booking. Like, look at Dani Luna, for example. Dani Luna, her role for the last couple of years was constantly win tag team championships with Jody Fritt. even though Dani Luna was actually liked enough to be in the main event scene to become Knockouts champion. And people wanted her to be Knockouts champion. So then you turn Dani Luna heel. She's been killing it for the past 6 months. So you think, okay, natural idea. Dani Luna versus Indy Hartwell for the Knockouts title. It's not exactly a classic, but it's still good. Two women that can genuinely wrestle. Instead, you put the title on a Timu version of the Beautiful People, in Dana Brooke and the rest of her clown crew. You then put the title on Ariana Grace. Oh, and don't forget, you put the belt on Kalani Jordan, who then beat Indy Hartwell bound for glory. And then you get to sacrifice. Back in March, TNA Sacrifice, you advertise a triple threat match. And again, Ariana Grace, the defending champion, escapes with the title. And then right off the bat, Dani Luna's like, all right, I'm off. I'm gone. And rightly so. She's like, to hell with this company. I'm off. But people are still defending it. Why? There's your bad creative. The ineptitude exists, but yet you're still allowing it to happen. You're still allowing it. You're not. If you're a TNA fan, and I am, but I'm in pain. If you're a TNA fan, why are you celebrating his downfall? Why are you celebrating the development talent from a promotion who'll never make those people a main champion on their main roster? But they'll gladly intervene, and Carlos Silva will gladly make them the champion of the promotion you love. Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Taylor Wilde, Awesome Kong, Angelina Love, Tara, Angelina Love, ODB, Madison Rain, God forbid, Brooke Tessmacher, Taryn Terrell, Havoc, Mickey James, Deonna Purrazzo, Taya Valkyrie, Tessa Blanchard, Rosemary, Sue Young, Tasha Steeles, Jordan Grace. Even though she's an absolute crazy psycho, Masha Slamovich. They were all great TNA Knockouts champions. And then you give the belt to the likes of Dana Brooke, Maria Kanellis, Kalani Jordan. Yeah, Killer Kelly was a great champion. She wasn't even a champion. They didn't even belt her up at all, which is worse. You give the belt to women like that who don't even know what they're doing. Thanks for ruining it. Thanks for ruining what we had. We actually had a great lineage of women's wrestlers. It's an insult that the likes of Daphne and Roxy Laval were never a Knockouts champion. But Dana Brooke and Ariana Grace and Kalani Jordan have all been champion. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. One second, folks. It was stupid. Even Mia Yim was a good TNA champion. What's her name? The lassie who was when Global Force got involved. She went to the NWA. Black and blonde hair. What's her name again? Don't worry, we're not predicting Rebellion anymore. We're not. We're just doing Fantastica Mania and Dynasty. And we're going to do the Noah show instead. I would much rather predict Inamura versus Alpha Wolf. Aston Villa win 3-1 at Bologna. Forest draw 1-1 at Porto. What? Palace beat Fiorentina 3-0 in the Conference League. Jesus Christ. Next week is Death Vegas. That's going to be really interesting. But like, I just can't get over the fact that they are pulling talent from shows. Like Bear Bronson versus MJF as well. Like they've actually taken that away. Like that was taken away in March. And their new policy is if you work for AEW and you're on a show, you will not be with a TNA talent. Like who authorizes this crap? Like this is unacceptable. Like you're actually hurting TNA talent. You're hurting them being recognized. You're hurting them actually doing their job. I said it earlier on. I'll say it again. Brian Myers runs Create a Pro Wrestling, and he had MJF advertised against Nick Nemeth. He loses out on money, by the way. He won't be reimbursed. MJF doing a open challenge. I hope Nick Nemeth answers it just for the banter. Like that would honestly make me laugh. I actually hope he does. I actually hope he answers that open challenge. But the bad booking is worse because you can actually see the talent not actually benefiting. Like, look at the card for Rebellion. Some of the matches actually look interesting. It wouldn't surprise me if those talent deliberately don't work 100% though, for the fact they've been removed off shows. I know that's harsh on a fan that's paid tickets to go there, but can you blame the talent if they were decided not to work 100%? Oh, it definitely would, James. It would be absolutely fantastic. Tell you who's not going to call out TNA over this. Aaron loves poses. No, I'm saying I have a feeling that he won't say anything because he'll say, "Oh, I love this." Nah, he's too busy defending Cody Rhodes because apparently that's important. No, he's too busy got interviews with NWA talent. Like who? Far from the truth, mate. You're just a problem. Steph DeLander. Steph DeLander's so good. I love Steph DeLander. I hate how she got treated. Wait, hang on. What part were you talking about Steph DeLander about, Catherine? I would genuinely work half-assed at Rebellion. I wouldn't work 100%. If I'm one of the talent, I'd be sticking two fingers. Oh yeah, but they won't. But feel free to ask some questions, guys. I'll absolutely do my best to. I'll do my best to answer. You know. I will do my best to answer, but feel free to ask any questions. It's not even Moose's face in, it's AJ Francis. You know what he should do? He should take the call your shot gauntlet and smack Carlos Silva on the head with it. And then say, bye. He can leave his brother behind. Nick Nemeth is a world-class wrestler. He doesn't need to work with his brother. If Royce Keys is in TNA, where is he on the card? He's in the main event scene. Genuinely, he's in the main event scene. He would be in the Brian Cage role. Brian Cage in TNA was genuinely one of the best big men I've ever seen. Funny you mentioned that. All right, no. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the woman from the mid 2010s. I'm talking about the lassie who was on. She was in the NWA, but also she was a former Knockouts champion back in mid 2010s. Selena, I think it was Selena. Oh no! Not this again. Nick Nemeth to the TNA World Championship. Cage is way smaller, but he's a brilliant wrestler. Oh, he is. You'd be surprised. Watch the first episode of The Boys, dude, but you need to watch the first 2 episodes of Maul. It's so good. Oh, dude, you're missing out, honestly. Like, get it watched fast. It's really good. It's really good. It's the best rated Star Wars content ever on Rotten Tomatoes. And to be fair, for good reason, it's that good. Comic-Con Scotland guest announcement, David Hayter from Metal Gear Solid. Okay. There's even more reason for me to go. Ooh, unlucky, mate. Have a good one. See you later. But yeah. I just feel like for all that's left of TNA, they need to start. They need to change now. The only way you change now is by getting rid of this ownership in the creative team, because they don't care. If they genuinely cared, you would actually see them thriving properly. This isn't. This isn't thriving. If anything, it's detrimental. What's up, Carl? How are you? But there's no coming back, if you know what I mean. It's kind of ironic. There's actually a way to sum it up. I'm playing the death of TNA music. But, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to ask some questions. Feel free to ask anything you like. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. I want to hear what you guys have got to say. Let me see what you've got. Because this is... This is crunch time. And we're nearly live for an hour and 45 minutes. To be fair, dude, if you want to jump on with me, you're more than welcome to jump on for a little while. I mean, tomorrow's your main host job. If you want to jump on for a bit, feel free. Hello, mate.
Yeah. I wanted you to get your TNA rant out of the way before I came in here.
That was some rant, though.
Mm-hmm. Long overdue, I may say too.
Hmm?
I said long overdue too, I may say.
It's just. Like. It goes so far where I really hold it in. And I held it in for a very long time. And I was like, meh, we'll see. Okay, cool. And then you really, really make an ass of yourself and your fans. And they're genuinely still, they are actually bending over and accepting this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when was it always, oh, it's, no, it's, it used to be picking the talent over the promoter. Now it's picking the promoter over the talent. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah. It's just a weird situation that they constantly just seem to find themselves in.
And it's not just Carlos Silva that's a disgrace. It's Moose as well.
Well, what's he done now?
Oh, did you not see what he did?
No.
Oh dear. Hold on. Wait till you see this. Where is it? No coincidence as well that a certain person has not responded to your tweet. No coincidence, eh? But
No,
no,
not at all.
what I'm looking for is oh, I think the crybaby's deleted it. Hold on, let's see. I think he's actually deleted it. No, he's deleted it. Oh my Christ.
That's funny.
So basically, you know, Mike Gilbert, you know, the TNA fan, does
Oh, yeah.
a podcast about them, right?
Mhm.
So he put up a tweet He put up a tweet last night, right, about all these TNA talents. All these TNA talents are now being removed off shows should now just walk off Rebellion. Just don't show up to Rebellion because you're getting taken off these shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're clearly not being appreciated, you're not going to get paid properly, so you may as well just leave. Now, Gail Kim said those talents should be compensated. She at least has a... At least she's using her brain, despite how crazy she's been recently. She at least made a fair point. Those talents should be compensated for being removed off those events. Moose, on the other hand, quoted it and completely insulted the man. Telling him like he's stupid for even doing it. So I quoted Moose saying he's an idiot because Mike Gilbert's actually standing up for his your colleagues. He's standing up for the workers' rights. It looks like you're totally against it. Why? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, it just sums up Moose even more how much of an idiot he is.
It's just weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how funny is this? Tony Khan, AEW Dynasty Media Call. Tony Khan says he approved both the MJF, Nick Nemeth, and Ricochet Leon Slater matches, but was surprised to see those matches get changed by TNA as a result of the other company not wanting them involved despite previously agreed upon. It's almost as... It's just summing up the fact that he is genuinely disgruntled by it. This is the same guy who no longer takes shots at WWE. He's actually just fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and how fun is that? Matt Hardy says open challenge for House of Glory tag team titles won't be an AEW team. They're now on this now as well. So I still find it funny that he's now went and decided that New Japan and Stardom will now be on Forbidden Door. That, and I do follow him on here, but I absolutely think that Gerard who body slam is another strange situation because he's actually put on a post that's actually really stupid. So he can be quite controversial, but I'm going to bring him up right now. Ibu. It gets controversial here. Ibu tweeted 3:10 our time this afternoon. There are wrestlers that rarely, if ever, win on NXT television that get to dominate on TNA shows and win belts. Ariana Grace hadn't won a singles match on NXT television since April of 2024 and won the TNA Knockouts title in her third ever singles match for the promotion. I point this out not to attack this person, but to illustrate that if Carlos Silva is so big on protecting his roster, perhaps he should start there instead of fucking with their money on the weekends in matches that get the talent's name out there. So Gerard responded by saying, there's a difference between losing to a legit partner and losing to the competition / rivals. Is anybody going to tell them that TNA are not AEW's competition?
All of these TNA fans are still kidding themselves that they're competing with AEW just because they happen to get a similar amount of views.
Yeah. Like, I hate it myself. What's up, Peter? You know who's actually now commented on this as well, thanks to Catherine sending me the post? Someone's made an absolute massive thread, and he's a former X Division champion.
That's interesting.
Have a guess before I bring it up. I'll let you guess first.
Are they a recent champion?
No.
Is it RVD?
Nope.
Eric
You got
Young?
the time period though quite well.
Austin Aries?
Bingo.
Ah.
I'm actually going to bring
So,
up
if, so
that.
even this weirdo has a brain.
Yep. Now, he was on TNA quite a lot between 05 and 06 and 07 as Austin Aries and Austin Starr. Because I remember it really well. And it was actually really
Well,
good
if he's
stuff.
saying this, that should tell you just how bad the situation is.
Oh, it's about to be. Because watch this. Here's the whole thread. Let me go to full screen here. Early in my career, at This Is TNA once tried to pull me off a Ring of Honor show the day off to fly me to Orlando early for their pay-per-view. Before telling me they even called Ring of Honor to tell them I wasn't coming. At the time, I was on a per-appearance deal. I refused their request, explained it was bad business and I honour my commitments, and they didn't have the contractual right to control my bookings, and they certainly weren't paying me enough to try. I worked the Ring of Honor show, drove through a snowstorm, dealt with delays and cancellations, and still made to the Florida hours before the pay-per-view. The next day I got suspended. Not for being late like what they said, but for not doing what I was told. Then Dave Meltzer reported their version of events without context or asking my side of the story.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep. This was my intro to how the wrestling business and media operate. That's where the difficult work started to difficult label, or as Jim Cornette would say, malcontent. And I won't run from that label. I was extremely dissatisfied with the state of affairs and expressed my grievances in the early part of my career. Not about creative or wins or losses. One moment. Right, where were we? And I won't run from that label. I was extremely dissatisfied, blah, 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 blah. But the overall lack of integrity and honesty talent is routinely treated with. Now, 20 years later, companies still playing political games, underpaid talent used as pawns, and media used to shape narratives while talent and fans pay the price. It wasn't right then, it isn't now. So label me what you will, but you also know the origins of the labels. I am grateful for the 15 plus years I spent under contract and on TV, but now as a truly independent contractor, I value being in control of my bookings and staying at politics and nonsense. Book me and I show up. Be professional, honest and fair, and you'll get the same. Genuine mental. I'm going to assume it's because it's going to be around that period, but still. I'm actually wondering what the quotes are saying. He should wrestle Ricochet, fuck it. What happened at Bound for Glory 2018? You and Roddy, yep. You know what I mean? Like, these are all genuinely serious. Yeah, they do restrict their talent. And it's so bad. Now, people will probably say, "Oh, what about AEW? AEW have done this." Not in the same context, and not as stupid
Definitely
either.
not.
They have been frivolous. They have been, at times, maybe a bit difficult, but they've never done something like this. And you know what? Fair play to Austin Aries for actually doing that. What's this?
I And like Tony Khan has said before, he doesn't have any issues with doing business with other companies. All they have to do is actually ask, and he'll say it's fine.
I got sent a video intro, like for a channel that I helped reach 100 subscribers, right? And they actually included me on the intro promo for their next season of their show.
That's nice.
It's just sick. Like, that's the sort of shit like that I care about. You know, like, that's how it should be.
It's always nice to see people acknowledging when other people have helped them out.
Yeah. If only someone else did. Oh, wait. Hello, Larbark. Bye. What about you, mate? Have you got any questions or any talking points on this whole thing? Because to be fair, I've went for it at 2 hours straight, so...
To be honest, I've got none really in regards to TNA. But in terms of AEW, I do have a few questions.
Go ahead. Feel free. Floor
The
is yours.
first one is, the first question I have is actually to do with the AEW title situation, because I'm now worried after Dynamite that they're going to have MJF beat Kenny so that Darby Allin can win the belt.
Mm.
And I wanted to get your thoughts on that, because I think that that would be a horrible decision.
That's a great question. They have pulled their talent from independent shows. They have now stopped them working with other companies because they're afraid they'll lose their talent to those matches. And they're undercutting the talent from those events, which means they're losing out on money. They have effectively ruined the wholesale sense of what a professional wrestling company is. I took the day off work, open YouTube chat on live, top lad. But yeah, sorry, do carry on. Sorry, I was just answering that
Yeah, I
question.
was saying basically, what's your thoughts on the potential of MJF beating Kenny just so that Darby Allin's the one to beat MJF? Because I think that that would be a terrible idea if they did that.
I was hoping to avoid such a question, but I do agree with you. I ain't a fan of this. I said it before, like Darby Allin. I like Darby Allin, but for me, he's not world championship material. He's not more world championship material than Jack Perry, in my opinion. But I also don't like the fact that if they actually have him do that, then they're going to ruin the history of the title.
I just don't see how anyone really benefits from it.
And I agree, it is inevitable. That's a great question. Go on, mate.
I would say Kenny as one, Jericho as another, then probably MJF and this is weird because I actually can't think of a fourth one. Oh, John Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, probably those wasn't.
Yeah, for me, I agree with the other three names, but 100% Moxley as well. If you look at how the foundation of the company is, if he hadn't retired, I would have said Bryan Danielson. Especially from a foundation aspect.
And that would have been fair.
Yeah. Omega should not lose Bill for nothing. You're not wrong. I think it would be a horrible idea if he loses to MJF.
Yeah.
Kenny, Jericho, MJF, and the Bucks. It's not a bad shout, to be fair. Mox and Jericho gave the company instant credibility as a place to be. To be fair, Kenny Omega as well did the time as well. Because he was known for that. But Jericho especially, yes, I agree. How they build swear for EVP next week, lose for nothing. We knew he was never going to win. But not a bad thing either, because watch him get the response later. What other questions you got, big man?
My other question was based on the whole United Empire and Death Riders thing. Like, what did you think of that whole angle for the show?
I actually liked it. I liked the fact that you're tying in a story to relevance from another area, but you're also justifying the point that one man doesn't have allies or friends in one company, so he has to go to the outside. But it's also going to lead to him getting, like, he's going to get every single person back that helped a different individual but not help him. My only thing, though, is this can only be a one and done. Like, it can't be a long feud because the main one is a single.
Yeah.
But I still liked it. I still liked it, though. I was looking forward to Nemeth versus MJF, so was I. And Ricochet versus Leon Slayer. Oh well.
I think it's going to be very interesting how they choose to play this angle.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do like that for once there's a cross-promotional angle that's actually developing a story in New Japan rather than just for AEW.
Yeah, because it's building up to Callum taking full control of United Empire away from Will. Especially with the fact that Andrade is part of United Empire as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of ties.
And I think it's quite interesting that still hasn't been
addressed.
referenced.
Yeah.
To the point where I actually saw on Twitter earlier, somebody actually questioned if Ospreay even knows that Andrade is a member.
Mm-hmm. AEW bounced back from this. TNA have made themselves look extremely stupid. Yeah. See, this is what Nick said earlier on, which I think is absolutely fair. Like, this is fair. But what's good is, though, is they
Like,
are at least tying it into another story. They're not actually just blown off.
Like, I think if they are going to do this, they can't make it like the typical, just like reliable thing where, oh, every time he needs help, he's going to call them. It has to be like in specific circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's so much to it that you can do, but you have to be smart. Like, you can't milk it. Like, you can't like you can't insult a variety of fan bases here, you know?
Yeah. Because one thing is fans aren't idiots. We're able to see when things are being overdone.
But they're tying into a New Japan story, which I'm not watching. The AEW audience isn't pulling over New Japan, so the AEW follow-up is gone or minimal at best. That's my point. I get it's not fair to New Japan in some ways, but AEW is the bigger brand.
I would actually disagree with this take that AEW is the bigger brand. I would say that they're the more watched and more well-known brand at this point because of the exposure.
And lucrative.
But but in terms of bigger, I wouldn't go that far just yet.
Mm-hmm. I would still say that is New Japan, but the reality though is for AEW, they do have at least a transparency with the promotion where they're trying to make it more important, because you've actually got a few storylines there that are actually multinational in that way. That you get an excitement out of it because we don't know where some of these are really going to go. Like, the confusing one is Gabe Kidd. It's confusing because you don't really know what side he's actually on. What makes New Japan a bigger brand? The history. The history of the company and its lineage. This is
also the fact that AEW wouldn't exist without New Japan.
Mm-hmm. AEW is bigger now in terms of lucrative and all that. I would say that. You know what I mean? Like, their lucrative is definitely established for them.
Yeah.
But they'll never have a history greater than New Japan. Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're talking right now. Like, what makes New Japan bigger?
Right now, then,
the brand, historical wise, still draws. And look at how, if you want to look at a significant factor, I'll give you one. New Japan can walk into Madison Square Garden and sell it out. AEW can't even touch Madison Square Garden. Now, that's not to insult AEW, it's just a fact.
Yeah.
NWA, by all means, yeah. But we know that what's bigger than all of them? CMLL.
I would also make the argument that this isn't the same NWA.
Yeah, that's true. I think what we need to consider, WCW beat WWE for 83 weeks, but where were they in 2000? I mean, you can blame Time Warner and Vince Russo for that, and Eric Biscoffy Pie. But the actual realism is, if they hadn't been in such a position, you would see where they're going. So you're saying AEW should focus on their storylines reaching a wider audience, sell at completion, the crossover will work, and you've referenced Mysterio and El Grande Americano. But Dominic Mysterio's story started in AAA. This whole character arc of his that he's got right now started in AAA. It didn't start in WWE. So it's like the exact same.
I mean, it kind of did start in WWE, but it was more so a Chad Gable storyline before he got into this.
Yeah, and this is true. Yes.
Yeah.
They are the only company to run the Garden, yeah. Yes, we're saying, yeah, that's true. I'm not saying Dirty Dom didn't start.
But we're talking about the whole King of the Luchadors gimmick.
Yeah, because that's what he is now. In his mind,
Allegedly, yeah.
Yes, even though he's nowhere near. Which is still bizarre. Good to see you, Jamie, by the way.
All the luchadors and at their old age would probably still twist Dominic into a pretzel.
I would twist him into a pretzel. They didn't all carry over, though. But also, here's the question. Why are they carrying over in the first place when, again, there's no relevancy? The reason why the Will Ospreay one does have relevancy is because nobody in AEW wanted to help him. And that's exactly what they did. Nobody helped him. What else are you supposed to do? Take them on solo? No. You go from where it matters most. To be fair, he's the only one that keeps talking about wanting to go back to AEW in New Japan. Triple A is just Mexican NXT now. I don't even understand half the talent. There's two talents they have that I like, and I don't see them going anywhere. And that's Vikingo.
Also, is it just me, or has almost completely disappeared again?
Yeah, he's back to catering. He's went back up the beanstalk. Darby Allin, his team with Jack Perry, burn it out. Yeah, but notice how they came to help him. They never came to help Will, is my point. It's almost, and that's why I'm saying when Will Ospreay turns heel, who do you think he's going to take out? Darby Allin, Jack Perry, they're all victims. Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you though, Nick, about earlier on when you said you could have easily had friends or enemies, the Death Riders. Nobody turned up though. They never turn up. They showed up to help Darby Allin. But
Even
why
Ospreay showed up to help Darby Allin.
And he never returned the favor. See what I mean? Like it all connects. Now, what you have to do is you do need to play more on TV. Is that bad booking or is that by design though? That's a genuine question. I think the problem is considering what they've tried to do, I think it's hard to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like I think this is so hard to do. It's a shame though, because I would have loved to have seen that style of Omega brought in. It's because when he was world champion, he had great production, but he never had the New Japan like entrances and all that, which was genuinely insane. So I do agree with this. I do agree. Darby should have been the person that destroyed the Death Riders. I agree. Like, I do agree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But a lot of people also don't believe in that as well. Like, they don't believe in its realism. But I agree.
But now the only question is who's going to do it.
No idea. It's almost like they don't know how to do it. Is the Death Rider still going? Yeah, they're still going, mate.
Mhm. It's like it's gone on so long to the point where the only way that I can see the Death Riders ending is if Shota Umino corrupts John Moxley. And that would just be stupid now.
That would be absolute manic. But we can't speak that into existence because if they do, we're screwed. Because that means Shota Umino on American television.
I don't think so. It could just be him. It could just be him corrupting Moxley whenever Mox goes to Japan.
Moxley ain't going back to Japan because Shota's there.
Oh,
He's like, fuck that
that's
shit.
a good point.
He's like, that former balding prick is still there. I'm out. His dad hates him that much that he doesn't want to referee his matches. He's like, I'm not refereeing your main event at Wrestle Kingdom. Bugger off. White Shoes can referee. That's a fair comment. I think Darby climbing Everest actually did him bad because he lost his lot since then, and I no longer see him as a title contender. I actually agree with that. I mean, I've never viewed Darby Allin.
He missed too much. He missed too much TV time, which kind of took all of his heat away.
You know what else he did in that time as well, and it's a damn shame because he's been injured ever since. He also ruined the Jay White moment. Like, of getting back to the world title because he disappeared as Jay White was getting into that match with him, remember?
Yeah.
And then he just buggered off. I have issues with Darby being seen as a world title contender. I see Jack Perry as a world title contender. Not for the real glass, but for the fact that he can actually work. But Darby, he's doing things that doesn't make sense to him. And I like Darby Allin, but I don't value him as a world title contender. If he won it, I would take it straight off him. Like, you won the title of the pay-per-view, boom, defend on the title on a TV, have a Christian moment. Win and drop it.
Penta versus Vikingo for the IC title on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. It's already been taped.
But notice how there are no spoilers because no one cares about Triple X.
That's because Vikingo's going to be in the title match at WrestleMania.
So they're going to add him to the match, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm not
so we can just randomly add talent to matches, but then we don't have matches for people that actually have stories for people.
Yeah. I'm not watching because I don't like seeing Vikingo in this version of Triple R, and I don't want to watch Penta because I don't like Penta's direction.
He's probably going to lose the title at WrestleMania as well.
JD McDonough's going to win that title, I think.
No, I think the other one's going to win it.
What, Javon Evans?
Yeah, because they're gonna do this whole angle of all of the NXT guys are going to win their matches.
Oh God, that would be disgusting. I think Adam Page is awesome, but not a great champion, but a fantastic babyface challenger.
I hope Catherine's still not here.
Catherine, if she sees this, she might go on a rampage. That would be funny. To be fair,
hopefully she's not. Just for his sake.
The best booked match for Mania is Brock versus Oba and should actually main event.
That should be the main event of night one, but you have to have Pat McAfee in the main event. Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
And again, once again, I ask, who books this crap?
I mean, according to Baldy, he hasn't been booked. He's only been booking since Mania 40, which I call bullshit on. Which means, if it is true, there is something funny I want to say about that. If indeed it's true that Triple Nose never fully got the booking until Mania 40, then that means I can't believe I'm about to say this. That means that Vince saw Gunther as a legitimate IC champion to hold the belt that long, and the first opportunity that Triple Nose could get, he took it off him.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And he gave it to Sami Zayn.
And I think Gunther's a pleb, but how funny is that? He's like, oh yeah.
Although to be fair, he did make Gunther a world champion.
Yeah, Triple Nose did. And then made him even more boring than he actually.
And then he made him tap out to Jey Uso. So that should tell you just how much he really feels about Gunther. That's.
Mm-hmm. But now all of a sudden he's got him in a legend killer gimmick because it's all my ideas.
Yeah.
You've got no creative ideas, mate. Which means that
when he's literally just copying Randy Orton's legend killer gimmick that Vince booked. So it's not even his original idea.
Yep. And also as well, that means that triple threat that everybody raves about, that everyone says was a Triple H match, was actually booked by Vince.
Yeah.
For all those people that claimed he's had the book since 2022. Oh, but he's been the booker. No, if he was the booker, you'd actually see just how shit he is. Oh wait, he is. I think he's had it the whole time. I think he's just trying to put the scapegoat on Vince because he knows it'll slide.
Yeah.
It's just a cheap cop out.
Which isn't a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Actually, there is one way where you can say how you can define that Vince was potentially the booker of Mania 39, not Triple H, if you want to go down that route. Who did Brock beat that year?
Well, which year?
39.
Or almost.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently on the same show that Cena faced Fury.
Yeah.
But then fast forward a year later, at Mania 40, and Cena's being used in an appearance role. But yet the same guy calls
Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. But yet the same guy calls him the greatest of all time. If that's the case, then why are you not using him at that event then properly?
Good point.
I think he's
And
just.
then you only give him a title run because he's retiring in it.
Yeah. It doesn't add up. Like, at least Hulk Hogan's bullshit you can smell.
Mm.
Triple H's one, you
You wanna
can't
smell it.
even. No, of course not. But Triple H's one, it's just so damn bizarre. And his booking is dreadful. Just as bad as Carlos Silva.
Mm.
But at least I can formally say that I will not be doing any TNA discussions until Slammiversary.
Hmm.
And that's not until end of June, end of July.
Oh no, I think Jey Uso's drunk again. I think Jey Uso's drunk again. He's randomly just put on an Instagram story. Did you know that Christopher Columbus founded America?
Yep. Yes, he is. What's up, Jesse? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jimmy Corderas has put his 2 pence in.
Huh?
And it's
What about
actually
the whole TNA AEW thing? Well,
Yep. Indy Hartwell's now said, should I start being controversial? I'm like, retweet. Do you know what was put on YouTube yesterday?
no, what?
Naito versus Ibushi at the G1 mega card from the Ring of Honor.
Oh, nice.
Which is still a good one. Okay, I've found another clown. That's okay, Tina. That's okay. Someone said you can't be mad at Carlos Silva for protecting his assets and talent. Why have them job to AEW guys? As if
He's not
AEW hasn't
protecting
fucked them
anything,
over
is he?
before. Dude is being a real boss and I
He's not
respect that.
protecting anything at all.
Exactly. Ah. Interesting. Sources familiar with the situation claim to fight for that MJF was actually planned to face longtime friend Bear Bronson at JCW in March, which I brought up earlier on. However, TNA blocked it, which is true. It was noted that Mercedes Moné versus Jody Fret was not blocked, with the TNA wrestler going over last week. A number of TNA wrestlers expressed their frustration about this decision.
That's confusing then. Why have they allowed that, but they're not allowing anything else to go through them?
Exactly.
Honestly, it doesn't make any sense at all.
It's funny that, isn't it? Like it doesn't make sense. Someone has said that this is the best IWGP title design. Me, I
I know
disagree.
exactly which one they're talking about. They're talking about the second one.
Yeah.
I've seen that, and they're wrong.
Yeah, it's V4.
Mhm.
Everyone knows it's V4.
Yeah. I'm guessing this question is who's my favorite New Japan wrestler of all time.
Yes, I translated it for you.
And to that, there are a few. But if I was to pick one, given that their New Japan run is done, seemingly, well, they are done because they're retired. I would have to say Tanahashi.
Mm.
But I reckon by the time all of the top like main event premier New Japan talents' careers are done, I do think that may change.
Same. Oh no.
And I will go as far as to say, if they execute this whole United Empire story the way that they should, would say by the end of this, Will Ospreay may become my favorite of all time.
That's fair. That's fair. I've just seen something and I'm like, oh no. So I don't know if you've seen it, but there was a picture taken backstage during the Dynamite episode in Edmonton the other day.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Chris Jericho, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, and David Benoit.
Yeah.
And someone's tweeted it. Christian, no. Please, God, no. Oh, imagine the heat. Oh, that would be mental.
Surely he wouldn't, though, given the circumstances of that conflict.
I highly doubt it. On this day in 1999, Masahiro Chono and Atsushi Onita collided in the Tokyo Dome, and Chono soon found out how dangerous electrified electric ropes can be.
What, you mean he didn't know how dangerous they could be beforehand?
I don't think so. I'm gonna. Tina says she likes Hiroyoshi Tenzan. Not a bad shout.
Very decent. I also saw something today that said that Utah Ice looks like Togi Makabedes.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably say my favorite is probably, normally I'd say Okada, but I would say like, I'd probably say like Naito or like Naito, Tanahashi. You got Luger. Well, Liger. Luger. Have you ever seen a Luger New Japan match?
I've seen one.
The man was mad in this. Nah, everyone knows my favorite of all time in that promotion is definitely Liger. Liger, then it's probably Liger, then Naito, to be honest. Tanahashi third. Tanahashi in third, and then Okada fourth. Probably Omega fifth. And then best Gaijin is definitely Styles. Could I join the next Lipstick and Larry show? I don't see why not. It's on Sunday. I don't see why not. But
The only thing
well,
is it's their show, so they have to want us there for us to go on there.
true. Now, TNA has completely exhausted me. And tonight on TNA, Taryn Terrell.
Oh, Jesus.
No wonder I'm not watching. What a load of crap.
I actually didn't know it was on today. Actually.
Oh, don't worry. I won't even be talking about it. We're not doing predictions for this crappy show.
They're cancelled.
Yeah, we'll be doing different shows. But in the meantime, any last words from you? Sunday, it's 8 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock their time.
My final thoughts are try to enjoy the wrestling this weekend. If you can get through the dross of today and SmackDown tomorrow, the weekend should be perfect for you.
And Sunday's my day, so don't ruin it.
You know, it actually would be nice to. It actually would be nice to see you win the Predictions Championship, considering it's your birthday.
If I ever won the Predictions Championship on my birthday, that would be sick. I probably won't. But, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for this evening. And it's always good to see Josiah on. But in the meantime, we bid you a lovely evening. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Take care.
And today, our time comes to an end. This has been another exciting stream. Thank you very much for watching. And also, remember, if you get cracked over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get concussion. You're just going to come back here. Goodbye.